Welcome to the Interesting Talk Show. On this episode, we'll be talking about the best ways to get the right smartphone. Are you guys ready? Let's roll. Number one, knowing what kind of phone you want. Are you in the market for a flagship phone, a mid-range phone, or an entry-level phone? The best way to figure out which phone you want is by basing it on the things you do on a regular basis. If you mostly text, email, and web browsing, then a mid-range phone will meet your needs. The other question is, which OS do you pick? Well, let's keep it simple. If you already have iPhone or Apple and you're happy with that system, stick with it. If you have Android, you're happy with it, stick with it. Number two, what is important to you in a phone? Is it the screen size, the speed, the camera, or the battery life? Whichever one is more important to you, prioritize it. But one thing to keep in mind is, regardless of how fast a phone is, how great the camera is, and how big the phone is, if it doesn't have a good battery that will last you at least most of the day, it's pointless. Because you don't want to have a phone that you have to charge every 2 to 3 hours or every 5 hours. You want to get a phone, whether it's a mid-range phone or a flagship phone, that will last you all day. Moving on. Number three, things to consider in your phone. There are two major things that are pretty much disappearing from phones: the headphone jack and expandable memory. If you're a person who uses a headphone jack often, who goes to the gym or just wants to listen to something, and you have a Bluetooth headset, but you still feel like you need a headphone jack as a backup, then pick a phone that has a headphone jack. Make sure it has it, because even though Bluetooth is great, sometimes it fails. Sometimes you run out of battery. The other one to consider is memory. Most phones are really fast, but however, once you start taking pictures, you're downloading apps, and you have different web browsers open, what happens is the phone slows down. Now, if you get a phone that has an expandable memory, you can get an SD card and put it in there. As you download new apps and take pictures and videos, you save them on your memory card. What that does is it leaves your phone memory as low as possible, and your phone manages to keep the speed as purchased. Moving on. Number four, set a budget. That is important because most of the time people go to the store and see a phone they like and say they want that phone, and in return the company say either you have X amount of money cash, or we'll set you up on a plan and you pay X amount of money per month. What happened is, when the company set you up in a contract to pay X amount of money per month, is you're leasing the phone. Now when you lease the phone, just like a car, at the end of the contract you end up paying a lot more for that phone than what it's worth. So it's important to have the money up front and pay it and get the phone unlocked. You can either go to the company and do that, or buy it online unlocked. Once you get your phone unlocked, then you can shop around to different companies and see which company is offering the best monthly deal without a contract. And that's the way you get the best deal on your phone. Number five, knowing the right time to buy your phone. Usually when a phone comes out, it's at its highest price. You never want to buy a phone at that time, because you're paying a premium price. You're paying the price of getting it first, and you never want to do that. You want to wait about 6 to 8 months after a phone comes out. A perfect example for that is the LG 5. When that phone came out, it was retailing for about $799. For some reason, people weren't buying it. Within 6 months, that phone was being sold for $399 to $299 depending on the store. Now, if you had bought that phone 6 months prior, you'd be paying almost double. So it's always important to not buy phones right when they come out. And it's also important to know that because you're buying a phone that is an older model, a phone that came out last year or the previous year, if the phone is new, it's still a new phone. The specs are still the same. The battery is still the same. The cameras are still the same. So if you're buying a new phone, you want to buy an older model, it's perfectly fine. And consider when you're buying a phone, since selfies is a big thing, camera is a big thing. I know a lot of you use your phone for cameras. Make sure it has a dual camera, either in the back or the front, so you can take quality pictures to share with your loved ones. If you like this episode, and you like what's being discussed, subscribe to the channel and share it, leave a comment. Let us know what you'd like to see next. Alright? Thanks for watching.